Hello, today we're going to talk about the pelvic floor. Like other muscles in the body, they're really important to exercise, but we can't see them, so it's really easy to ignore them. That is until a problem develops. By exercising the pelvic floor regularly, many of these issues can be prevented or reduced. Okay, so we want to exercise the pelvic floor, but where are they? They're a string of muscles, or a sheet of muscles within the pelvis. They attach to the pubic bone at the front and go around to the coccyx at the back, spreading out towards the sitting bones, those hard bones that we sit on. They do lots, all right? They do lots for us without realising it. They help us control our continence of our wee and our poo. They help support the spine and the pelvis by working with the other core muscles, such as the deepest tummy muscle. They keep the pelvic organs in place, so they keep the bladder, the bowel and the uterus in place, and they can also make sex feel a lot better. Problems develop for lots of reasons: childbirth, menopause, getting older, coughing a lot, anything that puts pressure on the pelvic floor, like heavy lifting, lots of high impact exercise, and sort of being a bit overweight. Okay, problems that can develop, we may notice a little bit of leaking, so sometimes with a bit of effort. So if we're jumping, coughing or sneezing, may have a little bit of leakage of our wee or our poo. Might find you want to go to the loo more often, or that we don't get so much time, we get that urge to go and we have to rush to the toilet a lot quicker than we used to. Can also get a feeling with a weaker pelvic floor of something coming down, around the vaginal area, that sort of heaviness. Perhaps when we've wanted it to work for a long time, like going for a long run, standing up for long periods, or doing lots of lifting and things like that as well. Okay, we need to exercise them to help strengthen them, but also so that they work at the right time. But we'll come on to that a little bit later. Okay, so we want to exercise them, but how do we do it? The first hurdle is trying to improve that link between the brain and the pelvic floor so that you can get it to work, all right, and you can get it to work when you want it. Normally it's an automatic response, but so it's trying to get that brain and muscle link working. Okay, so imagine that you want to pass wind, so we're going to pull up around that back passage as if you're trying to stop that wind coming. We're going to come forward as if you're trying to stop yourself do a wee at the same time, and then relax. Okay, we're going to do that again, so we're going to pull up around the back passage as if you're trying to stop yourself pass wind. Bring that forward to the front as if you're trying to stop yourself do a wee at the same time, and let go. All right, fully relax in between each contraction. You get a better contraction and you'll be able to do them for longer if you get that full relaxation in between. Okay, so we've learned how to do it. What position should we do it in? Ideally sort of sitting or standing, all right, because those are in positions that are depending on gravity, so when we want the pelvic floor to work more. But to start with, you may find it easier to learn how to do them laying down with your knees bent up, but try eventually to progress on to like sitting or standing, walking around and doing them at the same time. Okay, so we've got the idea of how to do them and where we're going to do them, but we need to progress that into a more structured sort of exercise program. Okay, so we're going to do a mixture of fast ones because we want the pelvic floor to work quickly. So when you cough, sneeze, it works promptly, and we want it to work for a long time. So when you're standing, walking, lifting, and that for any period of time, it's still working. All right. So we're going to start with the fast ones, which are that fast response ones. So we're going to pull up again around that back passage, round the front, and let go. Relax, and then pull up, let go, and relax. Okay. You might find at first you can only do 2 or 3, that's absolutely fine, all right? You do whatever's right for you at the moment, so that could be 2 or it could be 10, all right? It's whatever's right for you. At the same time, do somewhere you hold it for a bit more. So you're going to pull up again around the back passage, round that front as if you're trying to stop yourself do a wee, and hold it for a few seconds this time, okay? and let go. Now, that might be 2 seconds to start with. You might think, I can't feel it anymore. That's absolutely fine. Do 2 seconds, let go, relax, do another contraction, trying to hold it, all right, and then let go. Eventually, all right, we're going to get that mix of fast and slow, what we call slow ones. Those holding ones are called slow ones. Say that we build up to 10 fast ones, okay? Build up to 10 where you hold it, and you get that hold for 10 seconds, okay? That gradually, that building up might take a few weeks, it might take a few months. Everybody's different, it's whatever's right for you. It's better to get good quality contractions than race through them and do poor quality ones, okay? So how many times a day? Well, 3, all right? So you want that whole set, all right, 3 times a day. That's all very well. I'll say but it's really tricky to remember to do an exercise 3 times a day, especially when you can't see it or have a bit of equipment nearby that can help you, all right? So it's trying to fit it into a regime or have a trigger that works for you, okay? It could be every time or after you've had a drink. It could be after you've done a wee, but try not to stop and start your flow of wee. That's a different story, okay? It could be breakfast, dinner and tea. You know, it's whatever works for you. There are lots of apps out there that can help you. There's some apps that can set the time, they're like a timer for you. They can give you a visual cue of how long you're holding it for, how long you're relaxing for. I say they can be really useful. The NHS has one called Squeezy, which is really comprehensive. But I say it's just getting to that routine. It should be like cleaning our teeth, you know. We clean our teeth, all right, we should just do our pelvic floor exercises, okay? So if you found that a bit difficult to know how to do them, it can help a little bit to do it on a breath out. I know that sounds like it might complicate things a little bit, but because of the role they play in that core muscle system, the breathing muscle is part of that core muscle system, so it can help encourage it to work when you want it, all right? So as you do a gentle breath out, then try and engage through that, round that back passage, round the front, all right, like we mentioned before, and then let go. Keep breathing normally. Once you've done that initial engagement, just keep breathing normally if you're holding that contraction, okay? Hopefully that's made pelvic floor exercises a little bit clearer, okay, where they are. We know we want 10 fast ones, oh, sorry, that was 5, wasn't it? 10 fast ones, 10 slow ones, holding them for 10 seconds and just 3 times a day, okay? So try not to ignore your pelvic floor, okay? Thank you very much.